Hey guys, welcome. I'm just gonna share some thoughts and I guess experiential wisdom that I've learned through the gang stalking and just some advice. I guess just giving my 2 cents on a couple things. So I want to talk about if you are experiencing the gang stalking, which if you follow my channel, it's more than likely why you follow it. Um, I just want to give some advice and some warning on be very careful who you speak to about what you're dealing with, what you're going through. And I'm not saying that from a place of paranoia or anything. This is a very just a logical, I'm going to give you a reason why. It's not oh, people can't know. And it's not that. It's I'm just saying for the sheer results of saying something, it's not helpful to you. It's gonna do more damage if you say something to the wrong person. And basically, from my experience, this is why I'm saying it. When I was going through these things, I couldn't wait to tell friends and family and people that knew me deeply, at least I thought, right, what was going on, what had been going on with me, these supernatural things that I had experienced, and all these just crazy situations. I didn't think my sanity would be questioned. I didn't think that people would put a label on me that my mind wasn't right or whatever. And I'm saying this just to hopefully save you from those situations where people are looking at you crazy and you get this label put on you where it's now everything you do and say is now in question because you're talking about a reality that is so far from other people's reality. So the reason that people most likely won't hear what you have to say is because if you bring all this stuff you're experiencing to them and it doesn't fit within their reality or their frame of what their experience is, right? If you bring something that questions their reality, that means they have to accept what you say and question everything they know. You see what I'm saying? So it's easier for them to reject everything you're saying that doesn't shake their reality and just call you crazy, right? It's a lot easier for people to do that than to take the time to analyze what they know as true. So I believe like this whole experience is so confusing and just bat stuff crazy, right? That it's hard for anyone to actually accept the fact that you might be telling the truth. It's hard. It really is. And even as someone who has experienced this, I've seen people, take the stance of almost just voicing all their thoughts on these experiences and detailing all these little things that happen to them. And I'm I know that they are experiencing this. Like I said, I've been through this, but seeing it put out there in that type of way, for example, people on Facebook, or I've seen YouTube, people get really vocal and bitter about what they're going through, and all. It's I understand that. I'm not knocking them for doing it, because I do understand that. But I'm saying, what's the results of that? And I believe it's not a fruitful way to handle things, because you're not accomplishing anything other than making more people think you're crazy. And it's that's the hard part about all this. We want to be validated, We want people to know what we've experienced in the things that we're going through. And it's like, I wish there was a good answer other than, like, you got to take everything to God, and that's my only resolve in all this is, like, God sees you, God knows you, God knows what you're going through. And my advice to you is to really just lay down everything you think you know and go to God for answers. And I believe this whole gang stalking experience is meant to, shape us as a person. And I know that's hard for people to swallow, but you can't do anything about how everyone does things. You can't change other people. You can only control your actions and your responses. And that's kind of another video. I wanted to kind of stay on the subject of just be careful who you speak to about what you're going through, because from my own experience, it kind of has a counter effect. It's not a positive effect, and it just kind of drives you further into isolation. And really the only way that I've been able to explain all these things and to have peace about it all is to start thinking of all of it spiritually, regardless of how it manifests, in our reality. I believe there's ways in the physical of thinking about the gang stalking that don't really lead to anywhere other than you chasing your own tail, you spinning your tires and just not getting anywhere. And it's it just keeps you stuck. But to get to the root is to get to the spiritual reality of it. And my freedom has come through Jesus. There's nothing more powerful than Jesus. He's the name above all names, King of kings, Lord of lords, higher than any principality, dominion, or power, right? And it's lean on him. You're gonna have to take all your emotions and things to him, because a lot of people aren't gonna understand. And YouTube's a good thing because you can see that there's other people going through the exact same thing, so there has to be a reason for it, right? And I've never found a physical reason that has met every question. I just feel there's it draws so many more questions out of me when I start thinking of things physical, in the physical sense. And it's just I just feel confused and kind of lost in the whole mix. But as soon as I basically stopped playing into this whole thing that was going on and just focused on God, everything started getting better, and you just can't feed into all their stuff. You can't play their game, right? I had the realization that it was kind of even if you're winning the game, you're still playing the game, right? So don't play their game. You can't play by their rules and wins, because it's not designed that way. But as I say in all my videos, I just try to point this back to the solution that I found, and that's surrender to God and his ways, and he'll teach you how to overcome all this. And I believe there's purpose in what we go through, the suffering, and there is purpose when we give it over to God. Other than that, though, I don't think there is a purpose, and I don't think there's a way to get out of it. And I'm speaking as someone who's been through this and no longer deals with this anymore. And I'm thankful, and I'm also really I get comments that are really, really sad, that it's people are going through it worse than I had it too. But I still believe in God being able to deliver and to heal and restore and to you know, with man it's impossible, with God all things are, or when with man it's impossible, you know, but with God all things are possible. And I truly believe that. So that's what I got. And if you guys have any questions or anything like that, like, just drop a question and I'll make a video about it. I think that'll be easier for me, because like this topic's so broad that it's hard to kind of narrow it down. But I try to keep a scope on my videos just to, you know, kind of sound a little bit logical. Anyways, God bless you guys, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one.